Welcome to the Americana Bistro Grill. I'm your host, Roberto Alvarez-Galloso, serving you the best in Americana music. Every year we have an award called the ABG Award. ABG is the initials for Americana Bistro Grill. We award the best and the brightest. This year, under extraordinary circumstances, we have decided to do two awards. One is for the ABG Singer of the Year Award for 2025. And the other one is for the best cooking show. So much that I'm even learning from the cooking show, not only to cook, but also to enjoy a lot of carnivore diets. First and foremost, we have awarded the ABG Award 2025 for ABG Singer of the Year to none other than Ash Taylor. Why did we choose Ash Taylor? Ash Taylor has broken records, has opened many, many avenues in Americana music in ways that we have never imagined it could happen. With her song Cigarettes and Stuck on Indiana, everything went wide open. And it's with this pleasure that we award Ash Taylor the ABG Award for Female Singer of 2024. And we also want to know, what was your inspiration behind Cigarettes and Stuck on Indiana?
Well, for starters, thank you so much. It's a very, very big honor. Being a songwriter, I try to take a lot out of just real life, real music, real stories for real people. And so with Cigarettes, I actually wrote that song during the pandemic when the world just kind of felt like it was kind of falling apart. And I felt like the best thing and the only thing I knew how to do was to laugh. So I actually wrote that song then. And then with Stuck on Indiana, I wrote that song by myself, and I actually wrote it about this guy right here who is from Indiana, and my husband and my backbone. So it was just me kind of sharing my story about how I never thought I would get married, and then I met Chris, and everything just made sense. And now I couldn't imagine my life without him. So that's kind of the inspiration behind both of those singles.
Great. Now that we already mentioned that Chris is from Indiana and you're originally from California.
Yes, that is correct. Yeah.
Yeah, we are still in solidarity with California, especially with your family, especially during these trying times.
Mm. Yes, thank
We're
you.
all we're all with you. After
Mm.
all, charity begins at home. Now for
Yes.
Chris. Now for Chris. I want to congratulate Ash for giving me the surprise. Chris and I were once next door neighbors.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was born in Ohio.
Okay.
Despite the suit, despite the tie, despite the Spanish sounding name, I was born in Ohio. Before we give Chris his award, I'm going to explain what happened. Before Ohio, before America, I had family here in the States in the 19th and 20th century, distant cousins. Many of them were in South Carolina, North Carolina. But the bulk of my family was in Cuba and in Spain and in France. Many of my ancestors left France and Spain and part of them went to Cuba at a time when Cuba offered opportunities. Others went to Florida, others went to the South. My immediate family went to Spain. The last of them left during the Spanish Civil War, when the government or the Republican government was starting to destroy convents and churches. Little did they know that in Cuba, things were going to happen again. This time, my dad, who was a lawyer for Firestone, and my mom was the secretary. When Castro came into Cuba, they were not rich. The mom was middle class, and my dad was the only lawyer the only professional, because all of my family were dirt poor peasants in Europe and in the Caribbean. Well, to make a long story short, when Castro took over, Firestone gave many people in Firestone, executives, three choices. They said, well, You have three choices. You could either go to the United States, Ohio, go to England, or go to France. Because this is gonna last long. My father, who was Castro's classmate, since he knew the elements, he said, "Well, I'm not gonna choose France because we were already there. I'm gonna be a little bit facetious. He didn't choose England because he said if Elizabeth II dies and this guy becomes king, he was not a monarchist either. He was a Republican, but also but I mean Republican. I also mean not only in his vote, but he also was a believer that you have to have a president, not a king. He said he chose Ohio because he figured, well, we chose Ohio. Let's do it. Let's choose Ohio and take it from there. And that's where I was born in Ohio. And of course, I went around the world and everything, but I never forgot the Midwestern roots. That's why I have the Americana Bistro Grill. Now that we have already finished the family story in a short version, I want to award the cooking show menu, the ABG award for 2024 for best cooking show to Chris Cooking of Nashville. Why? You are a great expert in carnivore. You are an alternative to today's cooking shows. You're a big alternative. Julia Child started the cooking shows, but you took it to a deeper level in which we could enjoy the food and not have to have these diets. But we could enjoy like we could never enjoy it. I even saw some of your stuff with Ash, the cooking show.
Mhm.
That's the first reason. The second reason I gave you this award because you won over me in cooking. We have tried the cooking show many times, the Americana Bistro Grill. But when I do a cooking show, it turns out to be the Swedish chef of the Muppet Show. Yes, total disaster after another. My own wife has even wanted to kill me because I've already burned 3 or 4 ovens.
Oh man.
But to each his own. So we are awarding this to you. And with the next question, what did inspire you? What was the past, present, and future? What inspired you to do a cooking show?
Yeah, well, sir, thank you very much for the ABG award. That is very much an honor. I appreciate that. And as far as the inspiration for this cooking show that I do, I had some very severe health issues. And I am blessed to not only have a great wife who was supportive as I was trying to figure out how to take back control of my health, but also was on that journey with me and was supportive of me saying, I want to start doing this YouTube channel and this cooking show thing because one of the things that was really difficult for me was not just knowing how to cook, not just knowing what foods to eat to make myself regain my health, but also support because food is not just our health, but it's our culture, it's our social interaction, it's part of what makes us human.
Mhm.
And when you try to do things with your diet to take control of your health, it's very easy to lose that part of you that feels like it's what makes you human when it separates you and isolates you from everyone around you. And so I wanted to create this as a way to show other people that you can not just take control of your health, but you can do it in a way where you can still feel the connection to the humanity of everyone around you, the social situations, the cultural situations, the things that are important to you. You don't have to compromise those, and you also don't have to compromise your health. You can have both. And if you put in the time to figuring out how to do this, there are amazing options out there, and you can be healthy and you can also be happy. And along the way, as you change your own life, hopefully you can use some of those foods to inspire the people that are closest to you and most important to you, that they can also start to take control of their health. And that's how we change the world, is one plate at a time, one person by one person.
For me, it was a pleasure and honor hearing both of your testimonies and I'm glad that you received the awards. And for us, it's an honor to give the award to Ash and to you, Chris. I do watch your YouTube channel. I do follow I do
Well,
follow it,
thank
and I also try to keep on the diets as well, but not the type that is going to leave me like, ugh.
Yes.
I have to have meat. I'm sorry, I'm a meat person.
Yes.
Meat at a time was really great in Cuba, from what I've been told. I've been in Spain, and the meat is a center of culture in Spain.
Mm.
And in America, especially in the South, how can I not resist a Thanksgiving dinner of turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and coffee? And then in Christmas, I repeat the same thing, but I also add roasted pork, which is a traditional Cuban and Spanish fare. I have my roast pork like this with rice and beans and sweetened plantains.
Mm,
Oh,
You
yeah.
have to live.
absolutely.
That's right. Yeah.
Otherwise, you don't arrive at 63 like I have arrived. Where can we find Ash? Where can we find your music? And where can we find Chris's program besides YouTube?
Yeah, so for my music, you can head on over to any streaming platform, so Spotify, Apple Music, wherever people like to listen. And then to learn just more about me, what I do, check out, shows, see if we're coming to a city near you, join the fan club, just go to ashtaylor.com. And you can also find links to my music there as well.
And for me, so of course you can find me on my YouTube channel, Chris Cooking Nashville, but any of my other information and any links to any of my social medias, as well as a private community that I have where we inspire and help people, along with a bunch of other resources, you can find all of that information at chriscookingnashville.com.
Yeah, I do recommend to my public. I recommend Ash Taylor's music. Cigarettes and Stuck on Indiana blows me off. I love it. And
Thank you.
Chris's cooking program, as I said, of course, my wife has helped me in the cooking, but she so loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. Like that, she has sort of like kept me on a short leash with the kitchen. But please listen to Chris's cooking program and listen to Ash Taylor's music. On our end, the Americana Bistro Grill is available in YouTube under my last name, Alvarez-Galloso. We have a whole gamut of programs, not only in English, but also in Spanish, because we love to cover the world.
Yes.
Number one. Two, if you cannot find me on YouTube, you can also find me in alternative channels, Rumble, BitChute, Brighteon, Gab. I think we're also in VK just in case. And I think we're on the Yes channel in Israel, if I'm not mistaken. But we're all around. Why are we all around? Because it is very important that we promote the true American culture. The true American culture as symbolized by this very young couple whose music and cooking show that I love a lot. Without much, I want to wish everyone in the world, from this humble corner here in Miami, we're not in the city. We're very much more closer to the Florida Keys than we are to downtown Miami. This is Roberto Alvarez-Galloso. At times, we also have another person called Dr. Rob, who also hosts when I'm not here, but that's another issue. You can remember, peace in, peace out, and peace everywhere, and may God bless you. And of course, a PS. I have to use the public television thing. We also accept donations from Zelle at ZELLE at rcag62@gmail.com. That way we could keep the music rolling. Until the next time, best wishes and may God bless.